So I posted this on our YouTube community post, and actually two of them hinting about there's a mystery phone, and this is the mystery phone, the Xiaomi 15T Pro. And I'm sure by this time there were a lot of teasers already and it has already been launched. And since I have this phone with me, let's go for a gaming test because this phone packs some serious hardware. And yeah, I just want to show you guys that this phone for this particular variant is using 12 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage, but the RAM amount doesn't matter, the RAM speed matters. And this one, I'm also not sure what kind of UFS version that they're using, but it should be plentiful. So I'm just gonna show you the specs first. As you can see here, the reason why I'm excited for this phone is because it is using the Dimensity 9400 Plus chipset. This chipset is using a single Cortex X925. Okay, interesting, because they don't have the Cortex X5, they renamed it back to Cortex X925. That means you have one prime core and then three more not so prime cores, because the Cortex X4 is one generation behind the X925. And then we have 4 more Cortex A720. So in terms of the CPU clusters, this is actually very high end. Yeah, and it is made with TSMC 3nm GPU, Mali G925 Immortalis GPU with 12 cores. So this is actually, I think it's the newest GPU if I'm not wrong. Yeah, newest as in it was announced in Computex 2024. Because I was there. And then for the screen, we have this resolution. Interestingly, they can go up to 144 Hz. So yeah, 144 Hz. And then for the memory, we have, okay, very fast RAM, 12 gigs of LPDDR5X or 5T. And for the battery, we have 5500 mAh. So I have already set up V2 SIM, which somehow this thing went out. I don't know why. So okay, V2 SIM is set up, and now we can hop into a game. We are testing 6 of the games, and probably I will skip PUBG Mobile because PUBG is just not really that demanding. We'll see how things go. One of the special features that Xiaomi has is by swiping in from here. I know this is a bit weird because the curvature of the UI is not in line with the screen curvature, so it got cropped off a bit, but whatever. If we just do this, and then you can see you have performance boost, and then you can change it to performance mode. So this one will have the highest performance possible, so we can get the highest FPS possible in, you know, high-end games like Genshin Impact. And then we can also turn on slow charging, which is not actually bypass charging, but it will mitigate the heat generated by the charger. So this is a good feature, I would say. So if you are always playing with your charger attached, then enable this feature. And then we also have the performance setting here, which you can enable this smart frame rate or super resolution. For this gaming test in particular, I'm gonna disable it because I just want to get the raw performance without any enhancements and see how things go. And then yeah, that's all of the special features that this phone has. Nothing out of the ordinary, I would say. Now for Genshin Impact, I'm gonna use all of these settings, basically highest graphical settings preset, and then change it to 60 FPS. That's about it. And surprisingly, we are using Vulkan API, which is supposed to be much more efficient compared to OpenGL. And we'll see how things go, because this is the first time I'm using Vulkan on a MediaTek chipset for Genshin Impact. So I'm really not sure what I should do. Maybe I should do the quest, because I have not done the summer quest yet. So the controller that we're using for this test is the Guli Kit Elves 2. You can check our review at the top right corner here, and one of the reasons why I like it is because you can enable turbo button. So by pressing this gear button in A, it can automatically just spam the A button for me. I don't have to do anything. So basically it's like a makeshift skip button, and I'll be using this to skip the entire quest. I'm not even touching the controller, just skip it. But I will start recording the frame rate right now.
Might take a few. Much appreciated. I'm just glad we finally took down these. Don't forget.
Instead of fast traveling, I'm gonna walk the entire way there.
Strike a pose. Suggest the dark financiers get. All they need to do is come up with a believable.
If it's consuming about like 3 to 4 watts, and then we get this kind of frame rate, it's actually real good, I would say. Temperature is indeed slowly rising, and we'll see how it handles the throttling when it eventually happens. Do remember, thermal throttling will happen to all phones if you don't have an active cooler, as in a fan. Yes, white text on a black background, iconic. Whoa, that's far. You know what? I will now end this part of the recording. It's been consistent 60 FPS so far, which I am truly amazed, and at most it's like 40.8 degrees Celsius, not even 40, 41 or 42. I will now head into Netland. I will explore the new, not exactly new, but the holiday island a bit more. And then maybe head into something more combat intensive. So I'll break this recording into the Netland holiday island exploration part. So remember, second recording for Genshin Impact is this area. Bro! Oh good, hit me out of that misery.
One with nature. Bring it.
Oh, 10 watts. What the heck? Ah, wrong button. It's at night, so it's actually black color, but okay, I presume it's gonna be the daylight blue color.
Stay focused.
What?
Silence. I gotta cool it down a notch.
So walking around, we're still at 60 FPS, really consistent. Consume nearly 5 watts of power, but overall, if it's consistent 60, no signs of thermal throttling at all, even though it is like nearly 45 degrees Celsius right now, and I've been in the game for like what, nearly more than half an hour basically. It still works really fine, and I'm actually quite amazed. 44.7 degrees Celsius. Do I want to go into combat and see if it actually thermal throttles or not. Maybe I should. I will end this recording. Remember, this is recording number 2 in Netland for the holiday map. The third one, I don't think I will record, but I will go to Abyss.
Final warning! You're toast! Everybody stand back! Justice will...
Rotation doesn't
Now
matter
you shall perish!
because I can clear everything. Gotta admit I'm a bit rusty though because I've not been playing this game for so long.
There is no escape. Drop your weapons! Let's light it up! Booba, get them!
Should have used Hyper Bloom.
Illusion shattered! Going in! Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal!
Settle down.
Don't let me retreat! Illusion shattered! You asked for it! Teamwork is strict! Eat this! There is no escape! Now you shall perish!
Bow your head.
Yoo-hoo! Wind strike! Bring it! Shine down! Show me your move!
Get fight.
Nice and spicy! Torn to oblivion!
Let's hope you pull up a good fight. Let's
Final warning! Justice will... Going in! Let's light it up! At the frying pan, it's your fire! You'll... Now you shall perish! Let's have some fun, shall we?
Your journey ends here.
Strike a pop! Illusion shattered!
Show me your courage.
Get them! Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape! Drop your weapons! Hands where I can... Everybody stand! Eat this!
Mind if I do? Let's do this then.
Torn to oblivion! Finally,
Bow
some
your
target
head.
tracking. Embrace the storm! Goodbye. Illusion shattered! Final warning! You asked for it! Teamwork is strict! At the frying pan, into the fire! Alright, let's get this back! Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape! Justice will prevail! Stop right there! I'm going in! Now you shall perish! Shine down! Final warning! Inazuma shines eternal!
Silence.
Strike a pop!
Clouds high. The birds will be
But the mountain's veins boil! Let my name echo in song!
None oversight on my part.
Okay, I think that's enough. Floor 9 and 10 done. I'm surprised because overall it is still at 60 FPS, consistent. I mean, there were times that the temperature rose to somewhere around like 44 something degrees Celsius, but no signs of thermal throttling. Real smooth gaming experience. I'm really amazed. Honestly speaking, I'm really amazed. Let's just go find some intense stuff. I don't know where to find some intense stuff. I'll probably get wrecked, but it's just a test. But so far, yeah, I would have to say performance is surprisingly good.
Settle down.
Showing you praise.
Trap is one with wind and cloud.
Hear the echoes of the valley. Time to shine.
Some stroll, but it poses no threat to me.
Spin, 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 spin. I'm dead.
All right.
I see the
Ayo.
tempers of eons past.
But yeah, overall frame rate real good, real consistent. No problems overall, it's only a skill issue from my side. And just for fun, let's also take the temperature because why not? As far as I can tell, the temperature isn't going to be an issue as well because since it's hovering like 44.5, 44.4, somewhere around there, and still maintain 60 FPS, the surface will be warm, of course, but not to the point that it's burning. I will just show you some picture of the thermal camera image so you can see what's the temperature like. One thing I have to say is that I thought the camera bump would be a heat insulator, but surprisingly it's not. It still conducts heat and it works really well. So overall gaming performance on Genshin Impact, highest graphical settings, amazing. Now for Zenless Zone Zero, it's gonna be real simple. Everything at the highest graphical settings, 60 FPS. And I'm just gonna change it to controller mode right now. And we'll head back to the flower boss because I've already done the deadly assault. So one thing that I have to say is that Zenless Zone Zero is much more demanding compared to Genshin Impact. So I expect frame fluctuations, but we'll see how things go. Because so far this chipset has been amazing. Start recording, let's go. Seems to have a hint of thermal shader caching, but a lot smoother compared to some of the other phones that we've tried. This is really good, really consistent frame rate. I'm amazed. It feels like I'm playing on PC. It's just that smooth. I mean, my gaming PC is actually very powerful, and this feels as smooth as that. Remember, highest graphical settings in Zenless Zone Zero. I don't think any other phones I've used have this kind of smooth experience. Remember, power consumption is quite high as well. And what's the temperature like? 46.7. High thermal limit, that's what I can say. This is really good, really smooth. No signs of thermal throttling even though we are like 47 degrees Celsius, and it's still pushing through. Dang. Miss. Okay, that was surprisingly smooth. I'm amazed by the performance coming out of this phone and how much damage you get. 12 million, I think it's practically the highest that I've gotten because this gaming experience is just super smooth. I'm amazed. Temperature 47 point something degrees Celsius. Wow. Just wow. And now we have COD Mobile. So the overall graphics that we can go is ultra frame rate but medium graphical quality, so we will stick with this. Frame rate adjustment, I'm really not gonna play with this. Yeah, 120, let's go for that. So here are all of the other settings that I'm gonna use. Super resolution is important, I'm gonna turn that on. Variable rate shading turn off, performance self-adaptive also off, and everything just turn on. So I will copy this to Battle Royale mode. I don't think it will have any problems at all, so let's go into a game of Battle Royale then. Start recording here, I guess that's a good place to start. And yeah, we'll see how things go. Ayo, no bullet. And overall, yeah, COD Mobile 60 FPS. No, not 60 FPS, 120 FPS. Consistent, no problems at all. Just as expected. And the phone is also at around like 41.9 degrees Celsius. Real cool, I would say, so no problems there. I will finish this game because we are halfway through already. Should I even follow it up? Should I even complete it? Ah! Go, 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 go. One more person. Where? Oh, win. Yeah, 120 FPS, really consistent, no problems at all. Okay, for Wuthering Waves, it's gonna be a bit more intensive compared to Genshin Impact, and I think it's similar to Zenless Zone Zero as well. So we're using everything at the absolute highest graphical settings, 60 FPS as well. And we do have the option to turn on Vulkan API here, so I will be using Vulkan because again, Vulkan is much more efficient. What I'm gonna do is to, I don't know, farm. I remember there's double drops, right? That's a frame drop just now. Interesting. And now we're done with that. I want to farm this thing. Practically I'm done with the this crazy woman's build because I got lucky on the set, but having 36 enemies fighting in waves is actually a very exciting way to test the phone's performance, because if it stutters in combat, then what's the point, right? So I would presume this is one of like the best tests that we have for Wuthering Waves. What the heck happened? For whatever reason, when you're out, then it has some frame drops. Okay, that's weird, but everything else is fine. I love this controller, they just help me spam the A button. I mean the B button. I'm using the Ghoulie Kid controller is using the Nintendo Switch layout, so that's why the A, B and X, Y are inverted. But anyway, really smooth gaming experience so far. Let's go Septimon and fly around, I guess. Oh, I need to start recording. This woman is crazy, her damage is real high. Oh, 321% crit, no wonder. See, you don't even need to ult and everything's dead. This is also another scam. So smooth, so fast. I mean, it's not exactly 60 FPS throughout, but smooth. I'm amazed. There's no slowdown, no stuttering. Everything is so snappy.
The approaching sounds be beautiful enough. Thus the soul never empty.
A bit stuttering, 45 point something degrees Celsius, 45.4 was it? Woman, the damage is crazy.
Approaching sounds be beautiful enough. Listen up. Fruit of
This boss really hurts.
Watch out! Now I'm super fast in the sunlight. Symphony chant. Songs of words. I'll keep you company.
There we go. Overall, I would say it's actually really okay in terms of the frame rate. Not the best, but also the problem with Wuthering Waves is that when you start to go into battle in this kind of arena levels, it has the same issue as Zenless Zone Zero. It will just load everything in the arena, so it's actually a lot more taxing in this kind of area. I can definitely say that it was thermal throttling just now, because the frame rate can drop and then increase a little bit again. But overall, it doesn't actually drop that much in terms of frame rate, so still very, very, very playable, even though it is thermal throttling. I mean, the overall gaming performance here is real smooth. Loading speed is fine. There are some pop-ins and whatnot, but it's not really that severe to the point that it drops the frame rate. So yeah, overall gaming experience here, real smooth. We are not getting consistent 60, but very, 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 very good frame rate. And I mean, we are really near the thermal limit already, 45 point something degrees Celsius. I think the thermal limit is 45.5. And yeah, even when it does thermal throttle, the frame rate doesn't tank to be like 20 or whatever FPS or that. It's still very playable, and I'm just impressed. Alright, now we also have PUBG Mobile. I should skip this game, but I'm just gonna show you that we can indeed go for Ultra Extreme. That's about it. So Ultra Extreme, what's the frame rate again? 120. Okay, we just use all of these settings, so let's go. Unfortunately, I have to use my own fingers to play because, you know, PUBG Mobile doesn't support controllers. It's been how many years already since its release? More than 10, I think. Ew. They never changed. This game is still 720p, by the way. Let's start recording here. I won't stay for long in PUBG, but you know, just testing anyway, so Yeah, 120 FPS. We are dropping in temperature. That's funny. Actually also expected because PUBG is just not demanding. And also not optimized for that matter. 2-on-1. Oh, they have this strategy. Do better. Two bullets. Okay, that works. Yeah, I don't think I will stay in PUBG for long because it's gonna run this game, no problems at all.
Pride still breathes. How tedious.
Do Transformers actually breathe? What? Yeah, I don't think I will stay in PUBG Mobile any longer. 120 FPS consistent, no problems at all. So that is to be expected. This game is really not demanding at all. I know some of you guys will go into the comments and say, oh, you need to land somewhere and there will have a lot more enemies, then it will lag. No, this game is just not optimized. No game engine upgrades or updates for that matter. And yeah, even if you have the highest graphical setting option and also 120 FPS at the same time, any modern phones can handle that because this game is still at 720p. This texture is so realistic. Yay. So this phone is again using the MediaTek Dimensity 9400 Plus, but for whatever reason, oh yeah, I turned on everything to the maximum. We have TAA and also SGSR. If you don't already know what SGSR is, it's the Snapdragon Gaming Super Resolution, version 1 and version 2. Not sure what happens if we enable it on a MediaTek chipset, so let's give it a try. Oh. It actually works. Okay. You know what? I will still stick with TAA. Because every single phone that I've used so far is using TAA, so we'll stick with this. So this game will show you two FPS values, one at the top here, one at the bottom. And for this phone in particular, it is considered 1-to-1, as in what's shown here is also shown on V2 scene. Not like some other phones that have two different FPS values. And honestly, it's looking really good, 90 something FPS. Power consumption gonna be real high because of the ray tracing and whatnot. So we'll see how things go. Oi! What the heck? One shot and I'm dead. I thought I killed them.
Xiaomi controls most of the strategic zones.
Boom, I'm dead. It's a quite consistent experience, I would say. Hovers around like 80 something, 90 FPS. Of course, I'm not really that good in the game, so this is what you have. Now let's take a look at the analysis part. So I will go here, and as you can see here, Genshin Impact, we tested total of 2 different times, actually 3 different times, but recorded only 2 of it. So the first one is highest graphical settings. We were doing the event. This one is very efficient, less than 4 watts average. The frame time is real good, so the higher ones are just 50 and it's like very low percentile as well. Yeah, there's no CPU bottleneck, no nothing. There are some CPU usage spikes. That's about it. And power consumption is also real good. There's no major fluctuations or anything like that. So that's good. Again, this is just walking around and doing the summer event thing. The second time is when we were at Netland doing the new region thing. So as you can see here, the power consumption is gonna be higher, 5.41 average. The frame rate is still really good, I would say. The dip here is because I was teleporting, if I'm not mistaken, and overall still very good. And then the frame time is actually even lower. The higher ones are just 33 milliseconds, and that's actually looking real good. CPU utilization a lot higher compared to the previous one for CPU 7 only. Still no bottlenecks, so that's good. The overall power consumption is kind of all over the place. Sometimes it goes up to more than 10 watts. I have no idea what it's doing, but yes, more than 10 watts. Doesn't seem to be there's a spike or something like that. So okay, average about 5-6 watts, somewhere around there. So this average, yeah, this one is the correct average. And then the third one is in Abyss. Again, Abyss, no problems at all. So I'm really happy about that. Zenless Zone Zero, okay, one of the most demanding games that we have in our arsenal. Average power consumption is real high, 6.8 watts. But the overall playability of this game is actually really good. So you can see the first part here is at near 60 FPS. It does dip sometimes, and then later on when the fight gets more intensive and drags a little bit longer, it does hit the thermal limit of 45.5 degrees Celsius, and then this mark is where the average frame rate drops. But it doesn't really drop to the point that it stutters or distracting enough to, as in distract me to the point that I can't play the game properly. And as you can see here, when it tries to push as much power as possible, and the frame time here at the first part where it has some spikes, I think this is where some of the shader caching is done, because there were stutters, but then when we did the same action for the second time, then it's a lot smoother, because you can see this part, I presume this part is already with all of the necessary shaders cached, so it's a lot more flat compared to this part for the frame time graph. And yeah, you can see CPU usage, it does get high here, and yeah, that's about it. The overall power consumption, it fluctuates up and down, so I would say there is a clear line where the average power draw drops. So this part here to the middle is like nearly 7 to 8 watts, but then at the second half here it drops to like 6 to 7 watts. So With that drop means that it is probably thermal throttling, and then it drops the overall power consumption to reduce the heat generated, and that is why the frame rate also drops a bit, just a bit. It is noticeable but not distracting enough. Yes. Oh, render resolution 1919 by 886, actually real high. I also forgot about Genshin Impact. The render resolution is 1920 by 886 as well. Okay. Call of Duty Mobile. Yeah, this one is basically 120 FPS consistent. Average power consumption 3.62 watts. This game is very well optimized for mobile, and yeah, no problems at all. You can see the temperature drops when we're playing Call of Duty Mobile. So you can see overall frame times really low. That's good. At most it's 58, which I would still say it's a barely noticeable frame drop. And here is all of the other data. Yeah, nothing much to see here. Oh, the render resolution is at 2768 by 1280, and that is why I highly recommend you to turn on the super resolution setting in COD Mobile. That will give you the sharpest image possible. And then for Wuthering Waves, as you can see here, 2336 by 1080 pixels in render resolution. Yeah, this game is a bit more weird. We can see everything just fluctuates up and down because it is thermal throttling. But again, not to the point that when it thermal throttles, it's distracting. So it's just noticeable that there's frame drops. Just, you can still play the game. I mean, no problems there. Here's all the graph and whatnot. And there we go. Thermal limit 45.5 degrees Celsius. So we can see once it reaches this little line here, the orange line, you can see once it goes up and flat, that is the thermal limit. Yeah. Still really respectable performance when it does thermal throttle. So all good here. And then PUBG Mobile, nothing much to see here. 720p by 1552 pixels. Average power 3.48 watts. The temperature is dropping when we are playing COD Mobile. And once more, 120 FPS consistent throughout the entire gameplay. So nothing much to see here as well. War Thunder Mobile, and this game, when it has all of the ray tracing and whatnot, the power consumption does spike up to 6.27 watts, which is surprising. The frame rate, I don't know why when the menu comes up, then the frame rate will fluctuate up and down, but overall, I would still say it just fluctuates between 80 to 90 FPS during gameplay, which is surprisingly smooth. So the frame time is mostly 16. Again, those spikes, I have no idea what they are. So we can see that here it is not a CPU limitation, it is the GPU. But V2 Scene doesn't have any GPU utilization data, so I can't confirm if it is or not. And the power consumption, it's actually quite flat here, which I'm amazed. It's mostly around like 6 watts, so okay. Yeah, that's the gaming test of the brand new Xiaomi 15T Pro. I have to say the MediaTek Dimensity 9400 Plus is amazing. It really surprised me what it can do, and I just have to say I wasn't expecting it to be this good. I know that the Dimensity 9400 is already quite good, but this is really shattering my expectations with positivity, of course. So yeah, I will leave all of the details about this phone down in the description below. If you want to buy it, I think the links are already out. So yeah, check all of those out, and do remember to like and subscribe. By the time you're watching this video though, we have already returned this phone because the timeline is real tight. And some things might change when you get this phone in your hands, but as we've shown in this gaming test, the performance is already really good. So I don't see anything wrong with this phone if you want to buy it for gaming. So yeah, our full review for this phone will also come sometime soon, I think. So check all of those out, and we will see you guys in the full review video. Yeah, remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you there. Yeah. Oh, I have so many phones to test.